What's going on, guys? Tyler here from Don'tPanicDoThis.com, the site all about helping you to beat your panic attacks and anxiety. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about purple passionflower, or just passionflower, which is a natural remedy that's been used for many, many years to help decrease anxiety or sleep issues, anything like that. So purple passionflower can be a really good option for anyone looking for a natural remedy to anxiety symptoms or sleep issues, things like that. People that don't want to resort to powerful medications or other unnatural solutions, things that might be a little bit more negative with side effects in the long term. So in this video, we're going to talk all about passionflower, the studies associated with it, how it works, the benefits, as well as where you can get it, how to take it, and whether or not it's right for you, or if something else, some other anxiety supplement may be a better option. As always, guys, just remember, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. And if you're trying to take passionflower for the first time, you should talk to your doctor just to make sure you don't have any health concerns or medical interactions with medications you're already on. That would be bad. So please talk to your doctor before trying anything like this for the first time. But without further ado, let's dive right in and talk a little bit about what passionflower is. Known use of passionflower, or Passiflora incarnata, dates back to the 15th and 16th centuries, where they were used by Native Americans in ancient Peru. When the Spanish Christian missionaries came over, these Native Americans showed them passionflower and how it could be used to treat a variety of medical issues and wounds. Since the 1800s, passionflower has been sold legally in the United States as a flavor additive or for mild relief of mental stress, sleep aid, anything like that. The FDA classifies passionflower as generally regarded as safe. Some of the potential benefits of passionflower include decreased anxiety, it's a remedy for insomnia, treatment of generalized anxiety disorder, potentially soothing to the stomach, pain relief, alleviated heart rhythm problems, management of ADHD, help with menopausal symptoms, and soothing to skin burns and hemorrhoids when applied to the skin. So there's a pretty large array of things that passionflower can be used for, but I think for the relevancy of this website and this channel, it's most relevant to talk about the anxiety benefits that come along with passionflower. So just generally speaking here, passionflower, in my experience, is not the most potent anxiety supplement. It's not going to be the thing that, like, the be-all end-all. It's that if you're having an extreme anxiety panic attack, something like that, I don't think that this is necessarily the most powerful solution. However, I think that it's really worth looking into because it's a natural solution. It's something that you can use a little bit more often. There are stronger options out there, things like phenibut or alcohol or kava or medication. But however, those things are not really meant to be used quite as often. Some of those things can cause issues of tolerance and dependency over time, whereas passionflower is typically considered to be a little safer to use in the long term. It's not, it doesn't seem to have any addictive potential or anything like that. Obviously, I would still be cautious with how we use anything. Too much of anything is a bad thing, so everything in moderation. However, this can be a really good option for some people looking for that natural option if you just need a little bit of a boost. Just an example to you guys, I'm actually drinking a passionflower tea right now, and I'm not doing that just for this video. I actually do it for most videos because it's just something very mild that kind of relaxes you a little bit, makes it a little easier to loosen up as I need to make these videos. It's not second nature for me to be in front of a camera. So, this can be really, really effective for anyone looking for a mild to moderate decrease in their anxiety symptoms, just a little bit of taking the edge off. So I've already listed a bunch of potential benefits of passionflower for anxiety. However, I want to take a step further and go beyond my own anecdotal personal experience and talk a little bit more about some of the objective scientific data. So if you guys want, you can feel free to check out the article that I will link to below. I have a full article I wrote about purple passionflower for anxiety, and in that article, I do list a number of studies that have found passionflower to be effective at decreasing anxiety. If that stuff interests you, feel free to click through there and check those studies out. I'll cover them really quickly right here, though, just for anyone who doesn't have the time to read the whole article. So there's a number of studies. One is passionflower for anxiety reduction. There was a double-blind study in preoperative surgery patients that found passionflower to be more effective than a placebo at decreasing anxiety in preoperative surgery patients. So that was a good option for anybody who is going to have surgery preoperative, and it just helped them to calm down before their surgery, any of those pre-surgery jitters that they might have been having. That's pretty substantial, especially considering the fact that maybe the doctors said they can have passionflower to relax, whereas something like alcohol or another anxiety medication might have been a dangerous option to take prior to that surgery. So it's just something to keep in mind. If you have a surgery coming up, maybe that's a decent option to talk to your doctor about if it doesn't already have some kind of interaction with another medication, because that study found it to be effective. There's another study on the treatment of generalized anxiety disorder that was treated with Passionflower, and this double-blind study actually compared Passionflower to a popular benzodiazepine and found that Passionflower was just as, if not more effective than the benzodiazepine at decreasing anxiety for people with generalized anxiety disorder. That's pretty substantial, because that tells us that, we think medication is this be-all, end-all, but here we're showing that the natural alternative might have even been better for those people in that study, which really, since that's a natural, non-addictive alternative with less side effects, that's a pretty solid testament to the efficacy of Passionflower, and suggests that most people should probably at least try Passionflower before jumping right to a medical, more intense alternative that they're going to be on for their whole life. There's also a number of studies on sleep quality, and there's studies on rats and humans that have found Passionflower to be effective at decreasing wakefulness and increasing slow wave sleep, as well as increasing subjective sleep quality. Now, how does Passionflower work? It's believed that Passionflower works by increasing the brain's natural level of gamma-aminobutyric acid. That's GABA in the brain. So that's the primary inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain that helps us to just relax. It's that parasympathetic nervous system feeling of just calming us down and helping everything to relax and make us feel less anxious. This is things like alcohol and anxiety medications typically work on the GABA receptors to help us calm down. So obviously, having Passionflower naturally boost the GABA in our brain, that can be a really good and solid way for us to just calm down and decrease any anxiety. Some of the potential side effects of Passionflower include drowsiness, dizziness, confusion, altered heart rate, or contractions if taken during pregnancy. So I already touched on this before. You guys know I'm not a doctor. If you guys are gonna try anything new, including even natural options like Passionflower, it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor, because there can be interactions with other medications, or maybe your own personal health issues might get in the way of this medication being a good thing for you. So anytime we're taking something new, please make sure you talk to your doctor first. I have not personally experienced any side effects any of the times I've taken Passionflower, and I've taken it a good amount of times. However, I recommend everybody get it cleared with their doctor before just taking it without telling anybody. So what's the best way to use Passionflower, or if you're just trying it for the first time, when should you take it? First off, what I recommend, Passionflower is sold in many different forms and shapes. Here I have a tincture, so that's just a Passionflower extract in a little dropper bottle. It's not really my favorite way to take Passionflower. I just find the taste to be kind of strong and off-putting, and just don't really enjoy tinctures that much personally, but I'm sure plenty of people love them. I already showed you guys my favorite form is actually Passionflower tea. I find it just be nice, relaxing, like a ritual for me to kind of relax, sip on a cup of tea. Just the whole ritual of it adds to the decreasing of my anxiety. My body knows, like, oh, I'm sipping my anxiety tea, everything's gonna be cool as a cucumber, So I recommend the tea. I will link below, guys. I have a whole article and video where I do an experiment on over 20 different types of teas with anxiety reducing supplements in them, like stress teas. And Passionflower was one of the more substantial ingredients that I found in them that make those relaxing teas have a more powerful punch and help to just relax you a little bit better. I will link below, like I said, to the full video and article of that. That way you can check that out, and if you want to see what teas I recommend, maybe you could buy one of them off that video or off that article, because they're great. Anyway, how often should you actually use this stuff? I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you how often to use it, but I will tell you what situations I think it's great for. So I think Passionflower, because it's so mild, it's natural, I think it's great for decreasing any type of mild to moderate anxiety. There are stronger supplements out there, things like phenibut and anxiety medications, benzodiazepines, stuff like that, but you don't want to take that for mild to moderate anxiety. At least I wouldn't recommend it for mild anxiety. If you're doing something that's really, really stressful or really anxiety provoking for you, then Passionflower might not be enough, and you might need to go with something stronger. And that's when those supplements come in handy. However, for the most part, I think if you're just going through some type of mild anxiety, maybe you have maybe it's before surgery, which, I mean, talk to your doctor, obviously, but maybe it's at the dentist, you're a little anxious about going to the dentist, a little anxious about getting your hair cut, a little anxious about a long car ride, whatever is giving you some type of mild anxiety, Passionflower can often be a good way to take off, let's say 20 to 30% of your anxiety. And even if that's not a crazy amount, it's often enough to just help us feel calm and confident in getting through that situation. Whereas, you don't need the most powerful medication out there that's going to have all kinds of side effects and tolerance and dependency issues. If you're just having a mild situation, a mild anxiety situation that you're going through. So like I said, I typically recommend Passionflower for any type of mild anxiety, something that you don't necessarily need something more powerful for. Passionflower is a great place to start. I've never noticed any kind of side effects from it, so I can pretty easily recommend it for anyone who's just looking for a little bit of an edge on top of to take a little edge off their anxiety. Finally, I want to address a few of the frequently asked questions that I hear about Passionflower and just some things that I think you guys are probably wondering at this point. If I don't cover something that you are wondering, feel free to comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible with as thorough of an answer as I can. But so first off, how quickly does Passionflower work? There's really no research on this or scientific data that I could find on this, but I would say typically it works within about 20 minutes or less for me. So this makes it a pretty good option for panic attacks because it just helps you to calm down a little bit, but pretty quickly, honestly. Like I said, I drink the tea form. It might take a little longer in a different form. It might work even faster in a different form, but I find the tea usually works on me in under 20 minutes. So it can be a pretty decent option for anxiety or panic attacks. Is Passionflower addictive? It's currently believed that Passionflower has a very low risk, if any, for addiction. So as with anything, you should always start low and go slow. With Passionflower, don't take too high of doses and don't take it too often until you've assessed how your mind and body actually respond to its effects. Just be smart, guys. I haven't noticed anything negative coming from it, but just be smart. Now, is it safe to take Passionflower every day? Again, I wasn't able to find any solid scientific research around this question, but I can tell you that as someone who's very in tune with my body and I've been taking Passionflower for a pretty long time, I've never noticed any sort of dependency, withdrawal, or GABA imbalances, whereas I am sensitive to that stuff if I'm drinking alcohol or using phenibut or something else, something more powerful. I will 100% get anxiety the next day or two after ceasing use of it, and I will 100% be aware that my GABA levels are depleted or I'm a little more anxious than usual. I've never noticed anything like that from long-term use or disuse of Passionflower. So I would say for myself, I didn't notice any long-term side effect, any sort of long-term or short-term negative side effects from it, but always be smart, start low, go slow, and assess your own body's use for it. Now, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you are interested in trying Passionflower, like I said, I will link below to another video, another article that I will go into all types of teas for anxiety, herbal teas for anxiety, where I found my absolute favorite tea that I drink multiple times every week before bed or before any type of mildly anxiety provoking situation, or to even just deal with anxiety the day or two after drinking. It just helps to replenish my GABA levels and help me feel a little bit more myself again. I will link to that below. I highly recommend it, guys. Check it out if you'd like. Otherwise, if this video wasn't enough for you, feel free to check out the link below and check out the full article that will be a little bit more thorough on Passionflower for anxiety, as well as all of the scientific articles associated with it. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if this was helpful to you. And that's all I got for you. I'll see you guys next time.